Hi, it's you and Ellery here making bonsai in Australia, and in this video I'm going to show you what I'm doing to turn my Ficus Benjamina into a bonsai. So before I do go on, I do just want to give you a brief update on my Tigerbark Ficus. So it was actually the second bonsai that I ever made, and yeah, because I made it so long ago and it was only relatively new in my bonsai journey, I didn't actually make a video of it. But since then, yeah, it's really taken off quite a lot just in the last couple of months, just through summer, especially with a lot of rain that we've had. And yeah, it's growing quite profoundly. So I won't be repotting or pruning this yet, so I've pruned it a fair bit earlier on, just to make sure I got a fair bit of ramification in my main branches, but I won't be repotting it until it gets a little bit more pot bound. So with my Ficus Benjamina, so first up I'm going to remove a couple of these roots from the bottom. Now I do have these roots here just because I grow these in my front yard on the soil, just so it can grow, yeah, the roots can grow out of the pot, which just give it a lot more vigor. So this particular Benjamina, I grew this from a cutting probably about 6 months ago now, and the cutting itself was only about this wide. It was, yeah, probably a diameter of only a couple of millimeters, and since then it's grown, well, yeah, you'll see the trunk once I take it out. But yeah, I'll repot it. Just going to put it into just a basic little training pot at this point in time, throw it back in the yard again so it can grow a little bit more vigor, but still, yeah, keep the roots I'm going to keep in the small shallow training pot, and we'll go from there. So first up, just going to rake away the soil. So straight away I can see that there's a big massive root here that's come out radially, hit the side of the pot, and then kind of gone around the circumference of the pot. So I'm just going to cut that off for now, just where it stops being radial. Okay, so you can see there's quite a lot of, because it's a cutting, there's, yeah, just roots growing from all down where the initial cutting was. And I also actually had just a couple of other small cuttings. You can see those separate branches there that I put in shortly after I put in this primary cutting. So they've kind of grown around it and fused together a little bit. So it's really the design that I want anyway. I really want to have them, yeah, bit of a clump style bonsai with this particular Ficus Benjamina. I do have another couple which are growing probably the size of this. Sorry, this main one you can see here, probably around that size, and they're way older. This has just taken off drastically. But yeah, I'll have this particular tree as a clump style. So I'm just going to remove some of the lower roots just to get a lot more of a flat root pane. So just get in there. So you can see quite distinctly now though where there's, yeah, 3 different cuttings. So these roots here I'm going to let it grow just to, yeah, have a few more kind of radialish roots coming out for now. Just prune this long one back. Now I also don't want this huge root to kind of take over and become, yeah, just insanely large compared to the others. So I'm going to prune this one back a little bit. Hopefully that'll split into other roots. So then I'll put this into a pot. See, here we go. So initially just going to put a bit of a layer of soil on the bottom. And position the tree. So I haven't really got it, as I mentioned, I really want it to be a bit of a clump style. I'm not really sure which, because it's not really that developed, I'm not really sure which side I want to be the leader, but I'll probably end up choosing the side where you can see the main trunk a lot better. So I'll put that as the front. And just going to prune back these roots just a little bit more, just so they're not kind of, just so they fit inside the pot. Now I do kind of, I want it to go into a bit of a clump style, but keep it relatively short for now, so just going to prune it. Initially just prune it a bit into profile. So just pruning back some of these branches. Just to make sure I get a bit more back budding. And just in the branches I've got inside, just the ones that are kind of getting rid of some of the branches that are coming back into the center of the tree. So initially, I'll kind of have a few main trunks coming up for now, and then up higher I'll have them all branching up a bit. It's just coming back in towards the center again. So you can also see right there, there's a bit of dead material. Touch with the tip of the scissors, so right there, so that's how thick the original cuttings were when I placed them. Alright, so just thinned it down a little bit, still keeping the main, so the main one kind of has this one branch which goes off out here, and a couple more, so I'll let those really thicken up and they'll probably eventually fuse together quite well down the bottom, but just with, probably the 4 main trunks from the start of the tree, and then ultimately they will come up and then branch out a lot more as we get up into a lot more branches up higher. So I'll just cover the top of the soil so it just looks a bit nicer. So there's my new Ficus Benjamina Bonsai. So I do make a range of videos such as this on this channel, so if you have enjoyed this video or taken something from it, please leave a like, comment if there's anything particular you'd like me to cover in my future videos, and other than that, subscribe if you haven't already, just to stay in touch with my future content as I release it. So look, thanks for your time today. Enjoy. Bye.